Right. So, Elena, I have to start with the book you wrote, right? Usually people would start, how did you grow up and all of that, but I want to dig deep. I want to get to the book because it was impeccable, right?
Thank you.
It's about building an empire, and let's start with what inspired you to write that book?
Grant.
Because you don't need to sell books for money, right?
No, but I competed everything in our office, just so you know. So, but the book actually was inspired by Grant because he said, I have information that could help people. And so I didn't even really know about that until he asked me to speak at the first 10X Growth Con. And I was thinking, what am I going to talk about? Because I never really thought of myself as the entrepreneur per se. That's him. He built everything. He's the hammer. But I'm more sort of the architect, visionary, mindset support check, behind the scenes infrastructure.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I was really stressed out, but I was really glad that he included me in the mix, but I didn't know what I was going to talk about. And then I thought, well, I just need to talk about what I know. And what I know is my world. That's it. So the very first Growth Con, I talked about what it takes to build an empire, how to get on the same page with your partner or whomever. I mean, no one's built an empire alone. It's impossible. It's never been done before in the history of the planet. Like, it takes a team. It takes an army. So, and of course, that starts in the bedroom, right? And going out forward.
Yeah.
So I talked about just the power of the collaboration and working in a coordinated effort to reach a heightened level of success, which is what we did, and the purpose and how we got there. And after that first Growth Con, I realized I thought everyone did what we did. But then I realized no one is doing what we are doing. And then that's when I realized, wow, I have something here. I can help people. Because before, I'm Grant's biggest fan. If you read my book, I write a chapter in there, be your partner's biggest fan. And I am legitimately his biggest fan. And I know that his products and services help people, and they make a difference for the better. So originally, I had this purpose. Of course, I still do, but the purpose is to help people reach financial freedom and financial literacy. And I know Grant's products help people to do that. So when I do what I do for him and for the organization, sometimes I don't want to do it for him. Because sometimes after an almost 18-year marriage, I don't like him. But I like you. And when I do what I do and execute in my role in the relationship, and he can show up and deliver and give the content to people that can then go out and change their lives and their families' lives and their communities' lives. I helped you when I helped him so that he could do what he does. So that's what I did for so long. And of course, I still have that ball juggling. But anyway, back to the book. Grant said, you have knowledge to help people. So I started to write the book, and then I was confronted with, I'm a visionary, I'm an artist. I started as an actress, I hate school. So I had all these excuses. I'm hyperactive, thank God. I'm old enough to where I missed that diagnosis, like ADD and all this. I'm like, ADD? No, I have ADD for you. You are not interesting enough to hold my attention. Believe me, I have like 100 other windows open that I am very focused on. But anyway, they didn't drug me, thank God.
Is that what happened when you met Grant?
Grant is...
Because there's a story that
there's a lot of stories there. But, so I had excuses about writing this book. And I said, 7 months had gone by. And it's very frustrating to be with a guy like Elena Cardone because he can write a book in a weekend. And I don't think of myself as one of those smart people, although I'm very smart. But I'm not one of those smart people, like the book smart people. I make up my own words, I'm just... Anyway, 7 months go by, and he said, how's the book coming along? And I'm like, oh, I can't sit still. I'm hyper, and I hate school, and I didn't go to college, and I can't write, and da-da-da. And he told me, he said, you know what you are? And I said, what? And he said, you're lazy and a coward. And I was like, this... I was like, I support him. I'm like in my head, right? And I'm like, I support him. I do everything for him. Why? How could he treat me like this? If I told this to any one of my girlfriends, they would say, don't take this. You got to leave him. And da-da, which is why I never talk to my girlfriends about anything. But he was right, because it lit a fire under my butt. And for the next month, I wrote the book. I finished the book. And then I threw it in his hands when I was done. And I said, how's that for a lazy and a coward? And then he said, congratulations. I have a point to this story. I'm going to get there. I know the guys are probably having trouble because I'm long-winded, but I know all my girls are tracking with me.
Give her a clap, lady.
So he said, I just want you to know, I didn't think for 1 second that you were ever lazy or a coward. And that's a moment I had of a profound epiphany for me. Because a lot of times people look and think that they want to be in the perfect relationship, or they ask, how do y'all have it all and how do you do it? And so from the outside it can look like we have this perfect marriage, but they don't understand. For a month, like I loathed the man. But I realized, I can't compare myself and my relationship and our love to anyone else and what it's supposed to look like, because ours is supposed to look like what it's supposed to look like. See, for me, I think love, the greatest act of love that you can give somebody is help them fulfill their dreams and their goals. And when he told me that I was lazy and a coward, as much as it hurt and I hated it, in that particular instance, that's what I needed to hear to get me to achieve my goals and my dreams. And thank you. Someone was clapping. And that's what love is.